It was supposed to be a celebratory trip when Ken Sambor and his curling team got on an airplane March 9th. Sambor coaches his daughter's curling team, and they were in flight to the National Curling Championship in Laurel, Maryland. He started feeling sick the night before the team flew back home. It wasn't shortly after Sambor was back in Bismarck that he went in and got tested for COVID-19. The test came back positive.
I went back home then after testing positive and basically couldn't get out of bed. I was running a temperature from 101 to 103, dry cough.
When his symptoms didn't improve, his daughter took him to the Sanford Health Emergency Department in Bismarck.
Basically from there till probably the 14th of April, I have very, very little memory. I remember someone saying to me, "We're going to have to intubate you."
Sambor was on a ventilator for 11 days and spent a total of 29 days in the hospital. During his stay, he formed some great relationships with the frontline staff at Sanford who cared for him.
And these are angels. And they're not just professionals with great skills and caring and good souls. They're brave. I mean, man, they're risking their health and life every time they came into my room. And sometimes it was just to adjust my pillow. Sometimes it was because I was in pain that they couldn't do anything about.
Hi.
Do you remember me?
You know, not without a mask, not without the...
Earlier this month, Mandy and Julie, two of the many frontline workers who cared for Sambor during his stay in the hospital, came to see him at his home in Bismarck.
You really form some amazing bonds and relationships with them, and you're not just in there being their nurse. You're kind of that lifeline for them because they don't get to have their family and their friends, and you're just there for emotional support, and you get to see them go from a guy that can't sit up to a guy that's walking, and just to see that progression and get to be that person along the way is just such an amazing honor.
Sambor even shared one of his favorite songs with the nurses while he was in the hospital, the same song that he sends his wife every year for their anniversary.
He then told me about John Prine, who was one of his favorite singers that actually passed away from COVID as well. And he got a little emotional, and I had never heard of John Prine. So he actually had his iPhone on the bedside table, and he asked me to grab it, and we YouTubed one of his songs. And he sang "In Spite of Ourselves" to me.
On a rainbow.
Which is the same song Sambor sings to his former caregivers today at his home, but this time in a much quieter and more peaceful setting. I'm John Berg for Sanford Health News.